Hi guys, so today we're going to be doing a first impressions, one brand makeup tutorial type thing on Laura Geller products. I recently went shopping at Ulta and bought a couple things. They were having a super good deal. I'm a platinum member, so I got emailed a lot of good deals. Laura Geller products were 5 times the points, and they were also having gifts with purchase, like 2 different ones. So I bought one little set, which came in this super adorable little bag, and it has a bronzer, powder foundation, eyeshadow duo, and a blush. And then one of my other free gifts was a full-size Blush and Brighten with a blush brush. And then the other gift was primer, eyeshadow, an eyeshadow brush, and a lip gloss. So it was an amazing deal. I think I spent $50, but I'm returning one of the things. So I got all this stuff for only $40. It was an amazing deal. And I got a bunch of points on my Ulta card that I'm gonna get to use. So I'm very excited. So anyways, I am getting ready for my day today. So I'm just gonna do my makeup using the products, and then I'll check back in with you guys later to let you know my thoughts throughout the day. A lot of these products are a lot more like shimmery, summery, glowy type products, so they're better for summer. And it's fall, especially here where I live. But for those of you in warmer climates, and also if you get a spare good day like we have today, it's super sunny out and 70 degrees. So it's good for today. So I hope you guys like it, and let's get into it. So we're going to be starting off with this primer. It is the Spackle Under Makeup Primer. It says, smooth a thin layer over your clean, moisturized face. Wear alone or under foundation to smooth and perfect the texture of your skin. Oil-free primer helps makeup last and helps keep colors true. So I'm excited to try this one because it is oil-free. So hopefully it doesn't make my face too oily. We'll see though. And this is like a really big size for a gift with purchase, I feel. And it wasn't the only thing I got, so I'm really excited about it. It smells like regular facial primer, like they all do. They all have a scent, I feel. And it's very wet. Like the Benefit ones, I feel usually dry a lot faster on me. This one's taking a little bit longer to dry. But let it dry a little bit, do my concealer, and we're off. So I already did my concealer. I had to use a different brand concealer, and I'm going to set it with a different brand just because I did not get concealer from Laura Geller. But I do have all the other face products that I'll be using, so I'll do those next. So we're going to be starting off with the powder foundation, which is called the Balance and Brighten Foundation. These little kits that she sells really only come in medium. I did see one that was one of the more expensive ones that comes in light and medium. So there aren't very many color options, but luckily this medium color, I still have a little bit of a residual tan on me, so it matches. So we're good on that. Okay, so I'm just going to, this is just a deluxe sample size, so it's not the full size of the foundation. And we're just gonna apply that everywhere. Since I have fairly oily skin, I do really like powder foundations if I am planning on wearing foundation, because as you know, I rarely wear them. So it doesn't seem like this one has very full coverage, but it is evening out my skin tone, which is nice. Gives a nice little powder finish. I'm not sure if you can use this one wet. I know some of her products you can use wet, especially some of the baked ones, but I don't know. Okay, next I'm going to go in with bronzer. This bronzer is extremely dark. It's her medium bronzer in Bronze and Brighten. It's very, very dark when I swatch it, so I'm going to use a duo fiber brush so it's not too highly saturated on my face. I'm going to do slight contour, whatever, bronzing I guess. It looks really, really good on my forehead, I feel, but it's like hard to blend on the cheeks. Oh yeah, a little bit of this bronzer goes a very long way, so I had to blend a little bit in there, but I do really like this color. It's a nice, warm, glowy look. It makes me look very awake, which I like. I'm not sure. I have two blushes here. The little kit came with a deluxe size of the pink grapefruit, in the Blush and Brighten blush in pink grapefruit. So I'm going to swatch it for you, and then I'm also going to swatch the free gift that I got, which is actually the full size Blush and Brighten in Tropic Hues. And this one's like a much more corally bronze, whereas the other one is just straight up pink. So I don't know if you can see that, but that's those. I think I'm actually going to use the more corally one and just do a light dusting. I don't want to go too crazy because it is very pigmented and very luminous. So I'm not going to really focus this one on the apples on my cheeks. I'm going to do it more back there. Yeah, that's nice. And I don't know if you can tell, but it has like bronze and coral and pink swiveling through there. So pretty. I love baked products. They just apply such nice color. I got two different eyeshadow duos. One of them, which came in the kit, is called Mulberry Oyster. It's a baked marble eyeshadow duo. It's a really pretty champagne color and then a really pretty like plumish color, which actually swatches a lot more sheer than it looks right here. But this light color can be used as a highlight, which I'm actually going to be doing a little later on. I'll wait for that. And then the other eyeshadow, if I can find it, is the Amethyst Unearthed Baked Marble Shadow Duo. And this one came in one of the kits that were a gift with purchase. So it's a really, really pretty lilac. It looks darker in the pan than it does when you swatch it. And then like a really pretty bronzy olive, which I surprisingly really, really liked. I usually don't really go for that color, but I will be today. So I'm actually going to start out with the bronzer just as a transition color. So I'm going to sweep in a little bit of those lighter swivels and put that in my crease and buff that out. I usually don't really like putting shimmery colors in my crease just because it can start to look a little crazy sometimes, but I am going to try it with this bronzy shade, which I'm assuming is the unearthed portion. I'm going to keep that on the outer corner and then into the crease a little bit. Ooh, it's a lot darker than I thought it was. Next we're going to go in with this mulberry shade, and I'm just going to transition that, kind of put it on the middle to outer portion of my eyelid. I kind of like that. It's a nice little fall look. I just love baked eyeshadow so much. Alright, and then we're going to go in with Oyster and just put that on the inner portion of the eye and go into the inner corner with it. And then we're going to take Oyster on the brow bone. I really like these eyeshadows. I didn't think I would, because usually I like eyeshadow palettes better just because they're easier to use and everything's in one place, whereas like eyeshadow singles are hard to store. And then I'm just going to go in on the lower lash line. If I can find a brush. I'm just going to use that bronzer color. Completely forgot to show you guys that I got 2 sets of these eyeshadows and blush brushes from Laura Geller. The blush brush is a little bit stiff, however it has a really good shape. And then the eyeshadow brushes are dual tipped. It has a slant tip on the one side and then a fluffy brush on the other side. So I am using the slanted tip for my lower lash line. And like I said, I'm going in with that bronzer color. I'm just putting it in there. I'm going to be using a different brand eyeliner and mascara. I'm just going to put some in my waterline and then coat my lashes, and I'll be right back. So last 2 things, I'm going to be taking the shade Oyster and using it as a highlight. I'm going to be using the Laura Geller blush brush. The Laura Geller blush brush, and just applying it to the tops of my cheeks. I'm not going too hard on the highlight, considering the fact that everything else about this look is already very glowy. And then I'm just going to use an Ulta lip liner prior to putting on my Laura Geller lip product. Okay, and then the product I got as my gift with purchase was the Color Drenched lip gloss in the color French Press Room. I did try this one out yesterday, and I really like it because it's a fairly opaque color, but it's not sticky at all for a lip gloss. Like, it's almost more of a liquid lipstick, except I'm not sure about the longevity of it. Hi guys, so as promised, I'm back with an update. It is now the end of the day. It is about 10.5 hours after I did my makeup originally. So I guess starting with what rubbed off first, the lip gloss rubbed off first as expected. I didn't think it was gonna last very long, but it did last for about 3 hours. I feel like about 3 hours, but I wasn't eating or drinking anything, just chilling. My eyeshadow, it's still on. It's decent. I mean, it's mostly my mascara and my eyeliner that rubbed off, and I guess my lower lash line eyeshadow. I have really watery eyes, and I was outside a lot today, so that also didn't help. So I guess that's gone, but the eyeshadow in and of itself, it's not bad. It's not 100%, but I'd say it's about 75% what it was this morning. So it's pretty good for 10.5 hours. My bronzer, there's about 50% left of it, but it still has like an overall alright look to it, which is fine. My blush and my bronzer, so blush first. Blush usually rubs off first on anyone pretty much, but it really does not last on me. I touch my face a lot and I have really oily skin, so it just like tends to move everywhere. But this blush actually stayed put for a while. I was checking in the bathroom throughout the day and in mirrors, and I feel like it probably rubbed off around 5-ish, and that's only because I think at like 4 o'clock I went outside and I started doing stuff and like touching my face, so that's probably why it started to rub off, honestly. So that was like a good 7 hours of it being on. 6 or 7. Yeah, about 6.5 hours of it actually being on. Nice. So I was really impressed with that. And then my bronzer, same thing. Until like 6 o'clock it looked the same as it had in the morning, and it was just that I started to go outside even more, and then, like I said, same thing with the blush. I started touching my face, and it just meh. The foundation, I can't really tell until I use a makeup wipe if it's still on there, but I think it is. I mean, yeah. But overall, I mean, the products were really, really comfortable to wear. I have no complaints. Actually, my face didn't get as oily as it usually gets. I did no touch-ups throughout the day. My forehead probably looks a little shiny now, but that's because there's light right on top of it. But like the highlighter is still on also, which is impressive to me. Like usually at the end of the day, if I wear a full face of makeup, I don't know why I'm still holding this, I'll put that down. If I wear a full face of makeup, my face will feel like super gross and like I have a thick layer of dirt on it because it starts to get oily, and like with certain products, my face will completely reject it and just like explode. I don't feel like I have any breakouts from it, which is impressive, especially the blush. A thing that I've been experiencing lately, I don't know if it's the weather or my skin is just freaking out, which it is a little bit. It's being really weird lately, like the past couple of weeks. But when I use blush, certain types of blushes, like towards the end of the day, I can feel all these little bumps where I applied the blush, like around this area. And I don't feel that today with this blush. But overall, I am very impressed with the products. I'm pretty happy with them. Definitely going to keep them. Yeah. First impression was great. Definitely recommend them. And I will be using them again. So anyways, thanks for watching and stay tuned for more videos. Bye!